In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can get an LLC for free in a matter of minutes and get your LLC packet in the mail in a few days, whether you have an existing business entity, you want to start a business entity, or you're just curious about the common mistakes people make when they decide to create a business. I'm going to cover three things in this video. First, how to choose a legal entity for your business, why this is important, even if you have an existing business. I'm going to share some statistics and insights here. Number two, common mistakes people make when forming an entity. And number three, how to quickly create a free LLC. Of the hundreds of thousands of businesses on Skip, LLC is the most common, but I will get into details there. At the end of this video, if you want to go create an LLC, you'll be able to do that in a few minutes. Without further ado, let's dive in. This is for informational purposes only. It's not tax, legal, financial, or accounting advice. And we've got important links down in the description. Let me start with number one, how to pick a legal entity for your business. And again, at the end, I'm going to show you this packet that I got in the mail with all my legal entity documents. There's a link to this flowchart in the description. The first question is, do you need to be legally protected or not? If you don't, you have options between a sole proprietorship and a general partnership. But if you do need to be legally protected, are you seeking professional investment? And do you need to issue options to employees? If you answer yes to those, you may be looking for a C Corp or an S Corp, or if you have a social or benefit mission, a benefit corporation. But if you aren't seeking professional investment and you don't need to issue options to employees, an LLC is likely your best bet. It's an entity owned by, quote, partners who cannot be held personally liable for the company's debts and liabilities. That's why we see this as the most popular choice among the hundreds of thousands of businesses on Skip, especially when people are deciding to move from a sole proprietorship to start to get legally protected. There are 5 most common mistakes it comes when you're forming a business entity. Choosing the wrong entity type. Beyond this flowchart, there's other implications such as tax implications depending on the structure you choose. Improper documentation, you don't file the correct documents when setting up your entity, or keeping your entity in good standing. Number 3, skipping the operating agreement or bylaws. That can lead to internal disputes or complications down the road. 4, ignoring state-specific requirements. Each state has its own rules. If you don't follow them, you can get potential penalties, or your entity won't be in good standing. Number 5, not protecting personal assets. This is especially true if you don't have a clear delineation between personal and business assets and you commingle them. Your legal protections could be in jeopardy if you don't separate them correctly. Now, if you want to file your LLC for free, first, you can go to each state's website. For example, this is the New York State Form, Division of Corporations, State Records, and Uniform Commercial Code. Fill out this information, put in the business name you want. You need to do a name search before putting that down here, and pay the state filing fees. In New York, it's a $200 state filing fee. Similarly, in Texas, here's the certificate of formation for an LLC. Again, you can read all this yourself, then start to fill it out, or you can hire a lawyer to help you, or you can go with one of our partners, LegalZoom. They're America's #1 choice for online business formation. Over 20 years of experience. I don't even think it's close. In fact, this packet right here is from 2013, my very first company I formed with LegalZoom. These are the original documents. I still have them. I don't know if they still send out these packets quite like this, or they've changed things a little bit, but it's all right here. Registered agent notifications, the bylaws. In this case, I formed a C Corp because we needed to issue options, signatures, all the things you need for your records, and a nice LegalZoom folder. They even sent stock certificates, a guide to your corporation, some warnings, beware of corporate compliance scams, and like any good company, some additional upsell options. But all in all, it's great that I still have all of this in great condition 11 years later. Let me show you quickly what you can do. Of course, you can choose between basic and pro. If you want to pay $0 for your LLC, click this option right here. If you want to spend a little more to do it right, the pro option is great. It includes an EIN, which you need if you're getting revenue for your business in order to file taxes, hire employees, open bank accounts, and an operating agreement. So definitely, if you're taking things seriously, it's a good option. I asked LegalZoom The Pro is a good option, but it's not necessary if you want to just get started. I'd recommend Pro. I asked LegalZoom, what's the breakdown between people choosing Basic versus Pro? They say 55% of folks opt for the free. And again, this could be your starting point. You just click form your LLC for free, enter your business name, the state that you're in. So I'm going to form a Skip LLC in New York. Choose your industry, and they give some prompts along the way to make you more informed, kind of like what TurboTax does when you're filing your taxes. For example, if you just want your operating agreement, why you may want your operating agreement, there's information down here. If you want your operating agreement plus EIN, forms, and e-sign, those are all optional. You can just skip and click no thanks if you want. In terms of annual state filings or any other state filings that you need, you can choose a plan there or click no thanks. They've got some partner upsells here. Hopefully Skip will be here one day. If you need it expedited, you can click that. And if you want to include the Founders Kit, which I think is basically what I had 11 years ago, and your payment options. In this example, there's a $0 fee. All I have to do is pay the New York filing fees, and you can compare that to the original New York State form, $10 plus 210 total. But instead of you having to fill all this out, LegalZoom takes care of it for you. Continue to check out, and that's it. I'd love to know in the comments, what type of entity do you have for your business, startup, or idea now? And if it's none, are you considering getting an LLC? If so, links, including our partner links, are below in the description. And thanks to LegalZoom for being a partner of Skip. And be sure you're subscribed with your alerts on, because in our next videos, we're going to be talking about getting an EIN, getting a business bank account, and getting financing and funding for your business. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.